for someone like you, like you. I would watch the days go by, wasted and blue. I was out of use. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world. You got me all worked up, got me spinning. I'm crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for love. Whenever lost, whenever down, you know what to do, to do. There's no mountain I won't climb to be right by your side, right by your side. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world. You got me all worked up, got me spinning. I'm crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for love. I found a miracle, I found the dream. Living is beautiful with you and me. I found a miracle, I found the dream. Living is beautiful with you and me. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world. You got me all worked up, got me spinning. I'm crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for. You know I'm crazy for, crazy for love, crazy for. You know I'm crazy for, crazy for love. I've been waiting all my life for someone like you, like you. I would watch the days go by, wasted and blue. I was out of use. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world. You got me all worked up, got me spinning. I'm crazy for love, crazy for love,
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Thursday. I'm so excited to be here with all of you tonight, live and making a card using our inspiration box. Finally, using our inspiration box. So, who's all here? Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Just waiting for the chat to load. Welcome, welcome. Just kidding. I know this was a terrible, terrible joke. I am not actually live, everyone. Today is my Scoozy's birthday. So my little Scoozies, my niece and nephew, were born on the same day, 3 years apart, and it's their birthday. So if you're watching this right now, I am at their birthday dinner, but I'm still really, really excited. I'm sure that all of the names are coming up and everybody's saying hello, and I'm super grateful for that, but I didn't want to not have a live. So I did pre-record this one. I hope it still feels pretty live, I guess, to all of you. But this is Christopher in the past. This is not current Christopher. Current Christopher is enjoying a wonderful dinner with his little babies. So I'm super excited tonight because I get to share with you first and foremost the free gift for this Friday. So it starts today. It starts right now. You can get it with any $50 order or more. You will be able to grab this really cool layering stencil that we did in honor of our dear, sweet Jessica's birthday. Jessica is our operations manager here at Brutus Monroe, and it's her birthday. Well, it was her birthday on Monday, but we're celebrating it all week. So we have a very special little layering stencil for her, and I'm going to show you that and how that works tonight. And then, other than that, we're going to make a really fun shaker card. So I hope you all enjoy the card that I make tonight. We're going to be using some different pieces from different things. I love making fall cards. I love fall, period. I think you all know that. And let's go ahead and head down to the table and get started, okay? So, all right. Oh, my goodness. We are really all over the place today. So, first of all, let me move my camera so that it's in the right area. My goodness, I can always tell. I appreciate when things get cleaned up, but I always have to kind of judge things around. Okay, so let's move these out of the way. We are going to use these today, but I want to, in the style of this video, although it's pre-recorded, it's not going to be, I'm not cutting anything, I'm not making any edits, I'm just doing it like I would normally do it. So this is our happy birthday to you stencil that I'm going to share with you now. This is the free gift if you spend $50 or more. If you spend $50 or more, that is how you will receive this free gift. And it's very easy. You just spend $50 or more and it goes into your cart. Also, I almost forgot to add, this is a promo that will be going on from right now until I guess I would say the end of the weekend, I think is when, or I guess while supplies last. So right now at BrutusMonroe.com, there's a banner at the very top of BrutusMonroe.com, and that shows you, it's the very first banner, it shows you our current brand promo sale. So our brand promo sale is going to continue until all of those items are sold out. I think there's still about 11 or 12 pages, but the way that works is those 11 or 12 pages, until they sell out, we're going to go ahead, we're not going to put any, I don't have the squares on mine like you'll have on yours. I'm just going to go ahead and pixie spray this first layer to put this down. You will be able to get an additional discount depending on how much you spend. So let's say you spend $100. If you spend $100, you will get an additional 10% off of your total order. So that is 10% off of your total order. Of the items in that category. If you spend $200, you will receive 20% off of your total order. So it's $200, and then you will receive 20% off of your total order, okay? Then, if you spend $300, $300 is the max currently, you will receive 30% off of everything in that category. Can you tell that we're trying to sell through it so we can bring new stuff in? Are you getting that idea? Okay, the first color I used was Roar. Now the second color I'm going to use for birthday is going to be Guppy. We're on like a yellowish orange kick. So now I'll plop down birthday. You would have your little squares for yours. I do not have squares for mine, which is okay. It's not a big deal. So we're going to do a lighter shade for birthday. And I really love this free little stencil that you can get. Now this is from right now. If you purchase right now until tomorrow, okay, until tomorrow evening, you can get the free gift. Now the new promo where you get 10% off of 100, 20% off of 200, and 30% off of 300 in the new brand sale category, that will be going on until we are, I believe it's the 20, I'm gonna have to double check on that. I believe it's the 28th, maybe. It's almost to the end of the month. Almost to the end of the month. Okay, and then we'll have our next color. So again, I'm just lining it up corner to corner. You will have little squares on yours. Okay, and I think we'll most likely still have facilitators in here tonight, moderators to answer any questions you have or post links. I'm thinking it's still going to work for them to be able to do that. I'm not 100% certain. So if you do see folks in the chat helping you out, that is because it's still allowed us to do that in a pre-recorded live. Okay, so now I'm using the final orange, which is traffic cone, because again, we're using all oranges because those are Jess's favorite colors, or that is Jess's favorite color. Okay, so we got happy birthday to you in different oranges, and then last but not least, we have these really cool dots, and Jess's other favorite color is green. So we are going to use, and these dots of course fit perfectly inside of that area. And I think let's use Overzealous. It's one of my favorite greens, if not favorite green from Simon Hurley. And we'll just apply that into all of the circles, and that will round out and give us a final really, really nice touch on our background. Now I am going to, usually on my final layer, you've seen me do this before, especially with the layers that are that have like a little fill-in layer, I'm going to add a little bit of our Fallen Snow glitter glaze. It is, truth be told, probably one of my favorites that we have here in the lineup of the glitter glazes, only because it can be used as an overlay in pretty much any of our stencils and with any color. Now you want to be careful when you're dipping back in, because the Simon Hurley ink is water soluble, meaning it is like a watercolor medium. So you do not want to keep dipping back and forth, because you can see now my little spatula or scraper or whatever you want to call this is turning green, and that's because it is kind of mixing with that glitter. So let's go ahead and peel that off, and there we go. There is our, whoops, almost shot that across the room. There is our happy birthday to you. Very simple, very easy way to create a birthday sentiment on the front of a card. And you can see, let me move this over to the side here, you can see that we added just a little bit of glitter onto there. Isn't that cool? Very cool. Now I'm going to go set this over by the window to dry, and we'll get started on our real card. Heather Collins is in the studio with me today. Since we're recording early, she is overworking in the window while I'm working on this side. All right, so let's get everything that we need for this card, shall we? So you are going to need, so if you purchased the Brutus Monroe, what's the word I'm looking for? The Brutus Monroe Halloween box, you will have received this bonus die. You don't need the skulls and you don't need the bats right now, but we are going to need this arch. So I kind of cheated a little bit whenever I created this die set because I wanted a really great Halloween set, but I wanted this arch to use on like every other shaker card or every other card that I did. So I kind of added this in as a little bonus, but I want to use it on a whole bunch of different cards as well. We're also going to use the Magical Shattered Glass transfer sheets. I'm going to show you how to utilize this to create a really cool, really cool kind of overlay on your cards. Or on your pattern paper. We have done this before, but I'm excited to do it again because I think every time we do it, it gets a little bit more spectacular. I did lose my transfer thingy though. Oh no, here it is. Found it. Okay. You need one of these transfer pouches. You'll need some sort of a laminator or a mink or we use the fuse, the JNK fuse here. The Autumn Tapestries paper, we're going to use this as the front of our shaker. You are also going to need your stamp set from this month's inspiration box. And that stamp set is the Autumn Harvest, where we have all the different little pumpkins. We're going to use 2 of those pumpkins. You're going to need your heat-resistant acetate from Brutus Monroe. I cannot stress this enough that it has to be a heat-resistant acetate because we are going to be taking our little arch here, and that's how we're going to do our shaker, okay? So we're going to be heating it. So that's why it's very important that it is heat-resistant acetate. You're also going to need, of course, a card base. We're going to need some shaker bits. I'm going to use the shaker bits from the inspiration box this month. I'm not going to use the pearls that are in it because they're going to be a little bit too thick. But remember, you can use those pearls. Like if you're doing like a sea card or a mermaid card, put that pearl inside of your little clam. Okay, and then we're going to need, of course, some of our foam to pop things up. And I think that is probably going to be about it. If we need anything else, I will go over all of that or kind of review that with you before we use it. Okay, so first and foremost, let's get to stamping because we want our stamps to dry, or our stamped image to dry. I hope everybody is having a good evening. I'm sorry that I tricked you earlier and told you that I was live, and I'm not really live, so I hope you'll forgive me. Or maybe some of you that are joining right now still think I'm live. But I am actually at my Scoozy's birthday dinner. But I didn't want to abandon y'all, and this is the first time ever that I'm pre-recording a live. So we found out recently that it works, that we can pre-record and we can, display it just like I am live. But I promise to always tell you if I am not live, because how shady would it be for me to pretend that I'm live and I'm not really live? All right, so we're gonna grab, I'm so in love with these stamps that have this folk art imagery on it. So I'm gonna do all 3 of these. I don't know if we're gonna end up using all 3 of them, but I wanna stamp all 3 of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a really fun technique where we're gonna start with a light color. So I'm going to use Over the Moon from Simon Hurley. We're going to start with a really light color, and then we're going to kind of build our color up, okay? So you're going to see how light this is. You probably won't you'll barely be able to see it. So we're starting with our lightest shade. Again, this is the Simon Hurley Over the Moon. This Over the Moon shade is almost not even a shade at all. It's like, it is so light that it's hard to even tell that it's a shade, but you should be able to see that there. You can kind of see it. Okay, and then we're going to build up our color. Okay, so I'm going to take my favorite orange from Simon Hurley, which is Roar, and then my favorite red from Simon Hurley, which is Bee Sting. Okay, and I'm going to take my Christopher Allen Signature Collection brushes, and I'm just going to grab some color. Okay, I should probably bring this forward a little bit. Grab some color here. See that? I'm grabbing color, and then I'm just going to touch the stamp up here at the top. The top area is where I'm starting to add the ink. And you're just going to kind of build it up. Okay. And don't worry about the stem. We'll take care of the stem later. We're just building up our color, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp it, okay? And this is going to give us a really natural look. Isn't that, see how that's coming to life? Oh my goodness, I can't get enough. And we're going to add just a little bit more color just to the edge here. Don't get too crazy with it, because you want it to have that kind of focus. And you're going to see some brush marks, which is exactly what we want, okay? We want those brush marks, because those brush marks give us that look of that. It's very folkish, very folk wavy-ish. All right, so now we're going to grab some of our bee sting. With the bee sting, you're just going to, again, tap, tap, tap. We're just tapping that color in, and it's not going to look like you got much color there, but I promise you do. Because remember, those beautiful, beautiful pumpkins are going to be all different shades, okay? And again, we're going to go in and just add a little bit more color. You want to be pouncing, and you want to be light in some areas and deeper in other areas. Okay. And there we go. Do you see how we have been able to really add color to our pumpkins? And they're very funky and folky, and you know, that's really what we want, okay? All right. So that is that. So we're going to go ahead and peel this off. And we are going to... Oh, wait. Whoops. Oh, no. Are they going to be in the same spot? Yep, we're good. Okay. I forgot one thing. We do want to color the top of our stem. So I'm going to grab some Gur, which is a really nice, really deep brown, and we're just going to tap the top here. It doesn't have to be perfect, because if you've ever looked at a pumpkin, you'll know that the stem generally will... Actually, I think I have a deeper. Let's use Wolf instead of Gur. Wolf is a little bit of a deeper shade. But you'll notice on pumpkins that where the stem begins, the top of the pumpkin, it's a little bit darker, you know, where the stem comes out. See that there? And it just really creates... I love building color when I'm stamping, because it's another one of those, how did they do that? And then let's go ahead and just add a little bit of brown just right in the center. Just a tiny bit to give us a little bit of shading. That's kind of an off the cuff. I wasn't going to do it. Wasn't planned, but I think that'll look good. There we go. See that? Just adds a little bit more color. All right, so let's remove our pumpkins from our stick and stamp mat. We will have new ones coming soon. I was actually just speaking to the manufacturer about it last night, because all of our rub-ons will be here very soon. For anybody that ordered the SCT rub-ons, they will be here next week, thank goodness. I mean, they got them done pretty quickly, though. I will say that. It's only been about a week and 2 weeks, maybe, I think. All right. So let's peel off our pumpkins here. Put them back on their backer. Move this out of the way here. I'm like, it's so weird because I'm not used to recording like this, so I keep looking up at the comments, and there aren't any comments because you guys are with me right now, but not really with me right now. So it's a little strange, but that's okay. All right. So my dies, let's grab our dies now. We'll cut these out so we have them ready. I do hope that everybody also had a really, really good day. It's been kind of busy here at Brutus Monroe. Good busy, but it's been busy. Getting all of our last minute stuff together for Merry Making and meeting with Miss Vicky, our dear sweet Miss Vicky Booten. I'm so excited to be teaching alongside her. It's the first time that I have ever taught with her, and I'm so excited about it. All right, let me grab my washi tape that I have to use because I am out of, well, actually, let's use this crappy old purple tape because this is all I have left to use. It's okay though. We'll just rough it. This used to be the creme de la creme, and then it wasn't manufactured the same way, so it isn't as sticky. I mean, I think it wasn't I don't know if that's the truth. I could be lying. I just, something changed about it and made it different. All right, running that through the lawnmower. To get those cut out. Make sure y'all grab your free stencil tonight. All right. Well, your free layering stencils, I should say. Okay. Let's go ahead and peel those puppies off of there. All right. Here's our first little pumpkin. Our second little pumpkin. And our third little pumpkin. I think we're going to end up using these two. Yeah. So let's move those out of the way. Or move that one out of the way. All right. And then let me go ahead and pop these back into my insert so I do not lose them. Okay. So now we're going to pick out our Autumn Tapestries paper, the one that I think is going to match the best with the background here. Oh, I keep going to this one. I don't know why. It's just my absolute favorite one. Oh, but I think I love this one because it has the white in it too. Yeah, we're going to use that one. All right. So we're going to go ahead and cut this down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 before we actually use the foil, because then we won't waste a whole bunch of our foil. Okay, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. All right. And then we are also going to cut out our die here. All right, bear with me one moment. Let's see. All right. So I think we should just kind of do that centered because we're going to put our little pumpkins down here. So let me go ahead and run that through. Okay. So we've got that all cut out here. Okay. So you'll be able to see here our beautiful, beautiful. Now don't throw this away. You're going to want to use that for something. So now we're going to take our acetate and we're going to do kind of like a twofer. So we're going to need to know where this needs to be, where this should be placed. Okay. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to take our stick and stamp map. Okay. Place this right in our little area here. Okay. We are definitely going to hit it with some of our powder tool. Don't worry, we can take this off after we emboss it. And then for the trick, what we're going to do is we're going to place this right in that little area there, and we're going to grab our stamp. We're doing the Autumn Harvest. Oh my goodness, trying to get it off of there. The Autumn Harvest stamp. So we're just going to place this right there, make sure it's centered. Then we're going to pop this right in the middle here. Okay, peel that off of there. And we should be good to go. So place that down. All right, now we're going to grab our embossing ink. Hit that with some embossing ink. Okay, make sure that's in there. That's on there really good. Peel that off. Usually you only need about 2 impressions, I would say. You don't want any more than 2. All right. So now we can lift this off. Just make sure your magnets don't get in the way because that'll slide right through your embossing ink. And we don't want that. And really, if you've never used the Brutus Monroe heat-resistant acetate, now is your time to grab yourself a pack and see what it's all about, because I can tell you what, I love it on the autumn and the winter cards because it just adds that subtle little oomph. Just want to make sure you get all that extra off of there. It's gonna now, I promise you, it's gonna be scary at first. You're gonna be like, so this is what it's gonna look like. You're gonna be like, oh my goodness, but you just need to trust it, and you just tap it, and all of that extra, I promise you, it'll fall right off, okay? And then if you do have some areas that look like they still have too much powder, I'll show you here. Let's go ahead and pour that back in there. You do have a couple of areas that look like there's too much powder. You are going to just grab kind of a stiff bristled brush, come in here, and you're just going to remove as much of that as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to remove it all, because if you do have kind of like a little subtle golden haze around it, that's not going to hurt a darn thing, okay? So let's go ahead and get our heat gun heated up here. And now this is going to melt very quickly. All right, so that is all done. Can you see how beautifully that's set up? See that there? All right, so now you want to give it a moment, a couple of moments actually, to dry. And then once it's completely dry, or not dry, cool, you're going to take your microfiber cloth. You can take whatever microfiber cloth you'd like. And you're just going to go over top of it And that's going to take away all of that powder. Now again, if you have a little bit of residual powder, that's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. But do you see how beautifully that embosses on our heat-resistant acetate? It just embosses it so beautifully. Okay? All right. So there we go. So now that is all done. So what we're going to do is we're going to want to attach this to this. And it's going to be perfectly centered because we did that, through the MISTI. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some dry adhesive and some wet adhesive. And that's how I'm going to attach this, because we're going to need, we're going to need a little bit of both. All right. And then we'll take our wet adhesive. And go ahead and use that as well. There we go. And then the dry adhesive grabs right away, while the wet adhesive has a chance to set up. I'm going to place that right in the middle there. Just make sure we get it zhuzhed down correctly. Okay. And there we go. Can you see how that is now popping through there? And while that is drying, okay, we are going to go ahead and add a little bit of our foam tape to it. To make sure that our little bits and bobs will be able to shake around inside. But you want to make sure that you get a decent amount of your adhesive around it, because you don't want your little bits and bobs to go all over the place. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and place my adhesive now down at the base. Again, it's up to you how you do your adhesive. If you want to do larger chunks or smaller chunks, it's completely up to you. I like to just kind of piece it together, because when I piece it together, I think it makes it look a little bit nicer, but people, aren't going to see the inside of the card here, so it doesn't really matter. But again, it does not need to be perfect. It just needs to, toodles, it just needs to have a good base to it. All right. That should be good. We flip it over, can't see any of that. That's perfect. All right, and now we're gonna grab our, I would say let's do, now we have a choice to make. Do I want to do I kind of want to do, yes, I want to do a midnight background. Grab a sheet. Do I have a sheet of midnight paper over here? No, but I do have some. Nope, I'm out of midnight, but I do have some Raven. So we'll do some Raven, because that'll really make it show up well. The sentiment. So we're going to peel off all of our backer pieces before we put in our shaker bits, because obviously if you jumble up your piece here, it's going to make things go a little haywire. All right, so now 4 1/4, well, a little under that. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And now let's grab our shaker bits that we got from the inspiration box. I love this. All right. I'm just going to shake some of those in there. We don't want the pearls, though, because they're going to be a little bit too thick. So shake your shaker bits in that. If your pearls fall in, just grab those out of there. All right, we don't need a whole lot. All right. And then we're going to place our backer piece on. All right. And now you can see we want all of our shaker pieces to go towards the bottom. There we go. But you can see your Autumn Harvest Gratitude Blessings, and look at those little shaker bits that are in there. Isn't that great? All right, so now we need to grab a card base. Let's do a top folding one. I haven't used a top folding card base in a long time. All right, let's grab our adhesive here. All right, pop that right on there like so. And look at how pretty that is already. So now let's add on, we have some of our foam adhesive left here. So let's go ahead and pop our little pumpkins up here. So we're going to put our first pumpkin on this side, and then I think we'll put our second pumpkin. Do we even need a second pumpkin? Should we put the second pumpkin behind? That's what I think we should do. Uh-oh. This foam adhesive means business. Okay, whew. Hold on. We got to do a patternectomy. Whew. Like it never happened. Okay. So we'll put this puppy down first. Back here. There we go. And then let's pop this puppy up right here. There we go. Autumn Harvest Gratitude. I love it. I love it. Let's add a little bit of bling. Nope, not those ones. I want the yellow ones. Nope, not those ones either. Nope, not those ones either. These ones. All right. And then we'll call this card done. So these are the topaz that I'm using. I'm just going to dot a couple of gems here and there. Just for good measure, right? Why? Right? For good measure. Okay. Whoopsies. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. All right, everyone. That is our card for tonight. What do we think? We did a shaker, we did gems, we did pumpkins, we did all sorts of stuff. I love that. All right, everyone. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out with me this evening. Even though I'm not really live, it's a fake out, but I appreciate you all so much for hanging out with me tonight and for being a part of my life. I will be with you tomorrow, hopefully for a little live in the afternoon. I'm not sure yet because we are triple booked for tomorrow. We have the slumber party, and we also have the really, really cool trunk or treat with our friends here in Green Tree. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. Remember to create something every single day, whether it's simply a memory or your own ending. I love you very much, and I cannot wait to see you